Geoguessr is a game where you load into a random location around the world and see if you can find where it is. You get a random street view place from Google Maps, depending on your map, and you just think where it is. Like, for example, this one has German, so I will be guessing in Germany. And sometimes you get closer, sometimes you get further away, and you just hope for the best and try not to get 100 light years away. First of all, it's very important to mention that there's only a certain amount of the world that is covered by Google Maps. For example, here's a map of all the places which can have Google coverage or which have it, and there's some upcoming ones which I'll list on the screen right now. But for a place like this, you have all of these different metas which give hints towards where it is. Some people say it takes away from the spirit of Geoguessr, but in my opinion, it's just something that helps you. And along with the other aspects of the game which are actually useful, it makes it a lot more fun. Like for this example, there's a police car behind us, which means that we're in Nigeria. Yeah, that's really useful. Another one is here we have a lot of wooden poles, wooden tall poles, and a yellow filled-in sign with these chevrons. Once you get to know, you can probably figure out that that's Greece. And basically just a bunch of things like that to basically find where you are in the map and guess based on that. In Geoguessr, there's a bunch of modes like no moving, panning, zooming, which all respectively allow you to move, to not move, which is the most widely used, and another one is to not move, pan, or zoom. So you only get one still image, and that's it. Also, if you're really weird and you hate yourself, you can do panning only, but no zooming or moving. So basically, you can move around but can't zoom at all. I'm trying to zoom and it's not working. Or you can do zooming and moving but no panning, and that's just stupid. You can also set around time all the way up to 10 minutes. And this other section at the bottom is a script which you can download from Tamper Monkey and all of these other various sources. Now, based on the map, you can get different locations, such as this one is the most standard one that I like to play. I also sometimes play a balanced Australia because that's where I'm from, and yeah, that's basically the premise of the game. There are many websites to help with learning Geoguessr. I'm not sure why you do it, instead touch real grass, but if you feel like it, then you can go onto websites like this which show all about the country, and this is called Plunkett. Another useful website is called GeoHints, but I would probably recommend that you use Plunkett if you want to learn, because it also gives you a lot more variety to region guessing. Region guessing just basically means guessing the right region of a country. It can take a very long time to get very good at this game because there's so many different tips and tricks, and these are vibe guesses where you basically think based on your own intuition and what you've seen before to guess where you are. Unfortunately now Geoguessr is a paid application, so if you want to play it, you'd probably have to use a different website unless you want to pay. I think it was like 30 Australian dollars when I paid it. I think it may have gone up by now, and I'm not sure. If you feel like it, then you can buy it. Otherwise, don't, and just use something else. But I paid for it, and there's multiplayer here. It's very competitive. Yeah, that's basically what Geoguessr is. Sometimes you can play, and even when you practice a lot, you just get the complete other side of the world. I think Geoguessr is fun because you get to learn a lot of places in the world that you probably didn't know about. For me, it's an entertaining way to get to know all of these different places in the world. Unfortunately, there's certain places which don't have coverage, but you can play some maps like Geoguessr in 2069, which has unofficial photospheres of places around the world. What unofficial photospheres mean is that they are made by users who uploaded photospheres. In this case it's a still image because I made it so, but if we turn on panning and zooming, it's a photosphere where you can look around on a road. This doesn't look like a road, but I guess it is considered one. But I think this is more like a road. You basically guess based on where some other user uploaded this photosphere, and most of the time they put the photosphere in the right place, but sometimes you can get some really interesting photospheres. Like, I highly doubt that this photosphere is in the middle of Chad. There's some Hindi or Bengali language. I think it's Hindi, but no offense to any of the Indian or Bangladeshi watchers here. My apologies. Overall, this is a fun way to get to learn how places around the world look like. A lot of them are not what you expect, mainly because most people haven't seen them. And even though some of the messes can ruin the game, it still can be really fun to play around with, and you can play it to however you want without learning any other metas, or if you want to, you can do that too. Otherwise, for myself personally, I like to learn vegetation and all of these other things, but I also learn a lot of the generic metas, which I think what most people do is that. And even then, it sometimes can be very difficult to distinguish where you are. And so, like this, like, how do you even? Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you understand what Geoguessr is. If not, then comment, or just not watch this, maybe watch the wide video, and thank you. Good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever. Goodbye.